Welcome to a little bit of nostalgia. And today on this fine November of Nostalgia Day, we are going back to one of the first big Hoi4 mods that I think I can really remember being there at the start. And that's Après Moi Deluge, which is a what if Napoleon won the Napoleonic Wars. So also this is a very nostalgic mod. There's actually not a lot to it, and this is currently a revival version of the mod that I found on the workshop that's all just keeping up to date. There's no new content in, so in a way, this is just kind of a snapshot of the year 2017, when I think it originally came out. Which is sad, because I really would like a Deluge mod or another What If Napoleon Won mod to really, get the love it deserves. I mean, there is Gates of Versailles, which is another mod I might look at as well in Nostalgia November, but I think today we're just going to hop into a bit of Deluge and see what we can get up to. Now, in terms of countries that actually have content, I'm not entirely sure who the hell to play. I kind of want to play someone a bit different, but we're in a bit of a minefield in terms of who actually has stuff to do. I do think the French might be a bit too powerful for me to really enjoy, especially in a very old mod like this. It's going to be very easy to snowball. Not going to be a lot of hindrances. It's cliche, but let's try and fix Germany, shall we? So, looking at what, we used to have to deal with back in 2017, it was pretty bleak. I do think France has a little bit more flavor, and all the flavor, by the way, is usually just at the end of the trees here, and it's just war goals. This mod never really got the love it really deserved, which is fine. I'm assuming the mod developer, made this, was like, okay, I'm done, and that was it for them. But for me, I would have really liked this to actually get developed. Okay, so as the Teutonic Reich, I'm assuming we are just what was left over of Prussia at some point, or, potentially a state after that. I'm not entirely sure. We are the Teutonic Christian Party led by von Mackensen, which is pretty interesting. And we are in a bit of a, let's just say, kerfuffly gangbang. Let's see if we can't turn this around for the old Teutonic Reich. If we do turn it around, though, we will essentially have the majority of Germany already formed. The little French roaches across the continent, though, are still pretty powerful. They do have the French Mandate of Pomerania up here, which I don't like. There's the French Cœur of Napoleon IV will actually be dealt with at some point. But for now, we're going to have to, have a bit of a nation forming. Oh, prohibition of poison gas proposed. That sounds great, fellas, but can you wait a minute or two until I actually secure my country? Because I got a stockpile back there that I need to get rid of. I feel like that guy that on Reddit that accidentally invested in too many fidget spinners just as the craze died out. That's how much poison gas I got on the back here. Oh god, just looked at the government tab here. Got a few more things than usual. So I'm just taking my time with this, not really rushing anything through. I did realize pretty quickly, didn't even have first artillery unlocked, so had to very quickly just research that and then get that into production. Now we're going to make some new units, which I'm hoping will push through these guys pretty easy. Meanwhile, I am hoping that these two are just, tiring each other out while I just hold, and I'll be able to sweep on through. That's one down. Actually, hold on. These guys apparently have a navy too, which is pretty cool. I don't actually even own a rowing boat. And very quickly, gonna get dealing with the Kingdom of Westphalia, which should fall pretty quickly here. Now, we are cooking. A lot of stuff's already going on in the world, and I am completely surrounded by the continental system, which isn't great. The Central Powers are around. I'm not too sure I can sneak my way on in. Please, Mr. Spaghetti. But either way, I need friends or expansion. Oh, wait, hold on. This also annexes Pomerania for me. Okay, yeah, not too sure why. I mean, I kind of get it in a way. It probably doesn't want you fighting France that early, but yeah, there we go. We now have quite a bit of land as Germany. Not all the land we deserve, but we'll look into that next. I think our best bet at the moment potentially might actually be going in on the Central Powers. They're looking the easiest for us to take with just having one border over here and some free-looking land. Oh, we've also had ourselves a bit of a monarchist uprising It's Wilhelm. He's back. We've proclaimed ourselves the German Empire. I mean, it's looking a bit rough, but, you know, if anyone could be an empire, I guess I'm gonna be one. And ironically, I think in my current state, I might actually lose to Poland. We're gonna have to do a lot more building up. So I'm gonna just declare on Poland, and we'll get more powerful over time. But yeah, we have a long way to go to getting a capitulation here. This got made way easy for us because the continental system also just declared on the Central Powers. And I guess Austria just let them into my country. I can actually complain, but this is kind of a blessing in itself because now I get a free way into Italy. Yeah, it's definitely not a difficult mod. It's showing its age in that regard, I've noticed. Ooh, now this is going to be a bit of a tricky one, I reckon. All right, not bad at all. So the main things I obviously wanted to get was, you know, land off Poland and then also get Italy as a puppet, which I have done. And Joachim the Third is now in charge. So that gives us a little bit of a buffer around us with the German bloc. I mean, the continental system is still absolutely huge, but maybe they're going to end up fighting someone else, to which I can take advantage at the moment. Oh my God, there's no way that just happened. So my Polish puppet just exploded into, and the opposite side of the Civil War just went ahead and joined the British faction. So I guess I'm gonna go fight the British. Wasn't really expecting that, but you know, I've been dealt this hand. Okay, the question is, how do I get over there? I mean, I've got a little bit of a navy now. Nothing too crazy, but potentially, yeah, no, not quite enough to get naval supremacy, I'm noticing. Sure, why not? I'll take him, Alexander. Yeah, I'm not too sure we're really going to be able to build up much of a navy here, especially in time. My economy, well, apparently I've got no clue if the British even have a boat. My economy is not too great, let's be real. I am still playing catch up from our, you know, entire start here. So I don't know if we can even afford to build dockyards, I'll be real with you. I think we may just try get some naval bombers and hope to get lucky. That'd be really great if we could just get into the Netherlands somehow, but they are guaranteed by the French, and I don't think that's going to be too great for us. Well, I think the French have ended up fighting the British, or their faction has, because the Netherlands are currently getting invaded by the British. This could be our opening into actually getting a capitulation here if we are lucky. And yes, I did go ahead, I buckled under the pressure. I'm building a navy. I'm building the dockyards because I saw no other way out, okay? Now, my naval bombers do have pretty good range because I did just throw on 2 extra fuel tanks on them. So I think just having the channel under control as well for my naval bombers is probably just going to start picking off a few of the British fleets. And as soon as I get radar, I can actually get a bit of spotting going as well. They should start getting a pretty sharp uptick in how much damage I'm doing. Hold on a second. What? Okay, just gonna have to very quickly reposition this army and then build a brand new one for my Eastern Front. I mean, okay, they do have a goal on me. I think we should prepare for this. Well, you know what, Tibet? That's exactly where I saw you going. Yeah, now because of France, I can't even afford to even think about leaving the mainland here and getting into Britain, because as soon as I reckon I do that, they are going to go straight in on me. I'm not a fan of this one, France. We're going to have to get involved. I'm going to declare on them. They will never see this one coming. We are going to take down Austria, which will in turn put us against the entire world for the most part here. Oh, hey, look at that. That's looking pretty green, though. Well, thankfully, we kind of got a bit of backup from the Russians. They're also getting involved here, and I think we do actually have to capitulate quite a few people to get the French out of the way here. Ottomans, the Republic of the Netherlands, and the French Empire. So hoping Russians take care of that one. But after clearing out the Austrians and our southern and eastern front down here, I'm going to send this other army now right on in. And they are looking pretty weak already. I'm assuming they've been busy. And oh, look at that. My navy's finally grown. I've not really been paying attention to the rest of the world for the most part here, but America's also fighting the British, and mostly over what was their little Canadian possession over there, I think. But also, what's the law? Why do we have the Federal Kingdom of America? It's been a long time since I actually thought about the logistics of Après Moi Deluge on what exactly is going on here, other than Napoleon won. Napoleon won, and Americans were like, all right, This monarchy stuff's gotta work. All right, so we are pushing through the Benelux, albeit very sluggishly right now because the Air Force situation is definitely bleak. I'm just going to assume whatever was happening in the UK there with France didn't go too well after the fall of Austria. I'm going to hold off a little bit though, pushing through the Netherlands. I will micro it for a little bit because I don't want to just burn through all of my equipment right now. Although saying it does look like they've just put all their troops up there. And nothing here. I guess don't mind if our Ram family do-da. There goes the breakthrough, I guess. I didn't even realize I'd already just walked into Paris there. But the Benelux will never fall. Well, I guess Nedge just saw what's happening in the world and like, what's the point? Get me out of here. Okay, so after we push through France there, the Benelux came soon after. Then we're going to have a peace deal. What I was going to say is we're going to have to still figure out getting into the UK here. Oh, and there you go. You can finally see the Polish Empire that popped out of my puppet that started this whole damn thing. Well, it's not the prettiest of peace conferences, I won't lie, especially when you actually look at who's in control of some of these nations, but they did just release just a whole bunch of crap. Great news is, though, my navy I set out to build is finally ready. To take down the British, at least, I mean the British faction, I should probably say, is all we need to actually do is capitulate the British, which is good. Good as in, I don't reckon they've got too much to stop me. Yeah, there's literally not a single British troop here to defend Britain. Also, the manpower situation, I've noticed, is pretty damn bad. I can't even upgrade it any higher. We're on service bar requirement. Oh god, I have no points. I have no points at all in this race. This is pretty bleak. I think this mod is just straight up allergic to having nice borders. It's so bad. But I did get myself a British puppet there, which is nice. Means I don't have to garrison it, and I have no manpower. Should I do that with France too? I should probably give that a go with France. I do have cores, so I don't think they'll get the land that I don't want them to get. So just go ahead, re-release them, and boom. There you go. German France. Not the best thing ever, but there you go. Now, I guess we could technically be done here if we really wanted to, but I don't know. The Russian Empire's looking a bit too big, and it did steal all that land from the Austrians and all the people down there that are making my eyes bleed. Scratch that. Game just crashed. If it crashes again, I get the feeling something might be a little bit broken. Might be a bit of an unceremonious end here to our grand return après moi deluge, and I honestly, just looking at it right now, yo, please crash. I'll see if I make it to the next autosave. It could just be a one-off, and if it is, we'll keep going. I'm just gonna assume we're good then to go in on the Russians. Now, I've gone ahead and assumed that this is probably going to be similar to the last couple of fights we've had, where it might not be too hard, especially looking at the front lines right now. It looks like the Russians are embracing a bit of nostalgia themselves. Perfect, so I can go to all out. You know what? Scraping the barrel. You don't even have to capitulate. Are they all just Russian puppets? They are. Wow. Okay, Russia, you've been busy. Just kind of ignoring the Balkans. Found out very quickly, just nothing good to be gathered from pushing down here as the Russians immediately collapse. Well, Russia currently looks like this and they haven't capitulated. Maybe I should have invested in a collab government or two. Hey, there you go. Only cost all the manpower in Germany, but we did it. That is what you call yourself a result. I could keep going, but I don't think the mod's feeling that stable at this point. I had one more crash fighting the Russians, and it is 1946, so I think we've probably done everything we can really do here. Yeah, Deluge is definitely lacking in pretty much anything to do. There is not a lot of content in this mod. I am glad someone is keeping it up though, because this is on the current patch. Maybe not when you're seeing it, because I record Nostalgia November a lot earlier than you may think. But as of September, it's currently updated to the latest patch, which is good. I'm very glad they are keeping it up, so if anyone does want to go play it like I am, that's what I could do. I just wish somebody would actually keep developing this mod, because I really liked the scenario of Napoleon winning. There's not really any mods that, you know, tickle that itch, really. I mean, of course, we do have Deluge, but it is just a nostalgic thing. There's not a lot to do in it, but it does hold a special place in my heart, and I hope it does for you, too, if you were around back in the day when this was definitely one of the mods, one of the top mods in Hoi 4, and now Oh, it's not even in the top 100, really, if you think about it. But if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe down below. Let me know what you would like to see this Nostalgia November. Maybe, you know, there's time for me to add some songs. Sometimes I do come back for Nostalgia November and do a little, your suggestions. But until next time, goodbye!